Like we mentioned last week, climate change may be responsible for the massive winter freeze we saw earlier this year. February's ice storm resulted in thousands of Texans being displaced, and for some residents in Austin, it was the start of a long fight for housing reform. Our Jamil Donath explains how after months of fighting, Rosemont at Oak Valley residents finally got a win in the form of a new resolution that could impact the entire state.
This move will change the bylaws of the Strategic Housing Finance Corporation, which not only owns Rosemont and Oak Valley, they're also in charge of finding and funding affordable housing in the county. And this will be a major move not only to amplify tenants' voices, but also give them a seat at the table.
Get all of the towels.
Lisa Reams is happy cleaning other people's houses.
I get to go and take care of somebody else's home and make it so where when they walk through the door, they're happy to be at home. That's what I'm looking for too.
But while she's been making other families' homes warm and welcoming, she's been fighting to have the same thing for herself.
It's tiring. It's exhausting.
The single mother has been living in temporary housing for nearly 3 months now, displaced because of unsafe living conditions.
And this is bag number 2.
Which she and her neighbors say took a deadly winter storm to finally get some attention.
For a minute, we thought no one listened, no one cared.
Then came the countless failed negotiations and meetings.
So July 2nd.
People were finally listening, but they weren't taking action until recently.
All those in favor, please.
Travis County Commissioners Court approved system-wide changes within SHFC.
This is not a one-off.
It requires 2 current or former tenants of SHFC-owned properties to be on the board. SHFC must also adopt a tenant's bill of rights, which will be included in all future lease agreements.
That's what it's all about.
At a press conference about rent relief, Travis County Judge Andy Brown says commissioners were also able to use $1.6 million in federal assistance to pay for residents' rent during this tough time.
It was a tough process over the past few months, but I think we got to a good result, and hopefully we'll have a lot better lives for tenants in the future.
BOSSET Project Director Shoshana Krieger says this resolution will affect and protect more than 4,500 families living at SHFC properties.
This is a sign of solidarity with their neighbors who also live in SHFC housing, to say that this won't happen to us again, but this also won't happen to y'all.
While progress has been made on paper, Reams and other renters have yet to see the proof. She's unsure when she can move back and if the repairs will be as promised.
We deserve to be treated like residents, like people, humans.
So Rosemont renters are still holding their applause until they've returned to safe and healthy housing.